asking if is there anyone willing to run against Kathy, because evidently she has agreed since she's on this list, or is this list just made up of people currently in office?
Yeah, this is, what this list represents are the people who are currently in that role.
Nobody
And
has
then
been
we have
asked.
to ask them if they want to continue that role, or if there's anybody that wants.
Okay, all right, Kathy, are you willing to continue in that role? No. No. Okay, all right, Kathy says she is no longer interested in being over the director of music for the Goode family. Is there anybody in this room that is interested in holding that position?
I object.
I second that.
Denied. We've denied folks before. Historically, we've denied
Someone
folks.
she'll have to remain.
We've denied folks before.
Okay, we'll find somebody.
Wait a minute, she's trying to say this.
She's the representative.
Love
Yeah.
you.
You don't want, you want the job?
I have it.
You already got the job.
You
already it.
The granddaddy you in already.
You are emerged, so you always got the job.
You always had that job.
If somebody-
It's
if-
just helping you. It's Kathy.
Well, Songbird over here, she wanna make a song.
So, Uncle James, if you have somebody that you know that will work with you, and you contact them, just let us know.
Okay, will do.
All right, the next office is Chaplain Russell Goode. Now, I'm gonna speak up, this is family. Russell is not here. I don't know why he's not here. He's not communicating with us. And I feel that it's important that we have a chaplain that's going to be in attendance. So is there somebody that will agree to serve as our chaplain?
Do you have to be an ordained minister to do that?
No.
Just the prayer?
Just be brave.
He did tell us that his grandchild is being
He
born.
did say that he.
So he did
because
communicate.
his grandchild was born.
His grandchild was born today or
This
yesterday.
weekend,
Yeah.
and Miracle is going to college this weekend.
He did.
Grandchild being born this weekend.
And his other daughter going to college.
Okay.
Well, have mercy.
All right, Russell has said, giving us a
He
reason
did.
not to be here. I will call Russell and ask if he is going to continue this role, and if not, I will let the officers know, and we will elect somebody. Carney?
I just have a question. When you talk to him, can you get a better sense of the commitment about attending? Because it's important for the chaplain to be present.
But you just heard why he's not here this
I
year.
understand that, but I'm talking about other years, I'm talking about other times, I'm talking about the future. And I just think that we need the consistency, and we need the commitment.
Thank you very much. When I discuss with Russell, I will let you know those things.
I got my hand up.
Oh,
Karen?
next, baby.
You have like a first and second for other positions. How come you don't
Let's
have
wait
like
till we get there.
No, she's
No.
asking for the chaplain.
I'm asking about for the chaplain, so why don't you have like a backup chaplain if they're not gonna be here?
Because there's no.
We've never considered, but that's something that we can consider. Is there somebody that would agree to be the assistant chaplain? Yes,
I'd like to
Carney?
nominate somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
I nominate Amanda Shepherd.
Praise the Lord.
Ask if do you accept or not?
I will.
Okay, all right.
Amen. I love you.
I will still talk to Rusty and see if he will serve as chaplain. I will let him know that Amanda is going to be his assistant, but I will stress to Rusty that, he needs to be in attendance.
Yeah, he hasn't
You
been
know,
here for a few years.
Well, I'm not gonna dwell on the past. If you look in the rearview mirror, you have a wreck.
Yes,
You need to look forward.
gotcha.
I know what the past has done, and I'm not, no use in us trying to address it.
Okay.
But I can address what we expect.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
As long as I am president, Winnie will be president emeritus. When I am no longer president, I become president emeritus, and Winnie is no longer an officer.
Right.
Okay? And that's how it works, according to Robert Rules of Order.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we don't need to go in and say things about that, because I am running, again, I'm not running, but I plan to stay in office at least one more year, unless y'all have somebody else that y'all want. So, I just wanted to make it clear about the,
We haven't.
President Emeritus position. Okay, the second Sergeant at Arms is Ramada Watson. Marty, you have no desire to serve as a second? Do we have a volunteer? And I will say this, taking personal privilege, I would like to have a young person, a younger person.
Amen.
To serve as that because.
I got one in mind.
Okay, William?
Kadeem.
Kadeem.
I second.
All right. Kadeem,
Second.
are you willing to serve as the second Sergeant at Arms? All right, thank you very much. Evidently, William plans to stay at office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He just said that, he's gonna work with.
Yeah, I gotta work with this young
He's
man.
gonna mentor Kadeem, and that's what we need, okay? The second secretary is Billy Lynn Goode. Anybody talk to Billy Lynn to know why she's not here? A funeral?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on her mom's side.
Okay. And we don't plan.
Geraldine died?
I don't know.
We don't.
No.
No.
No, friend of hers, friend of hers,
passed away.
yeah, friend of hers.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, she felt that she needed to be there to encourage somebody.
Right.
Do we know if she
So
planned?
we will leave that alone and assume that she's normally here, and unless there's somebody else that wants to run against her. Okay, all right, the secretary is Melissa Langdon. Melissa?
Keep it, girl. You do such a good job.
You know you like it.
And you love it anyway.
I really was gonna nominate Aunt Carla.
I was gonna second that, cause I just told her she needed to do it, but.
What you trying to do?
You wanna stay in it, Missy?
One more year,
One
Missy,
more.
and then after she does the reunion, then you can switch.
Yeah, she's gonna be.
Yeah, that's true too.
Missy
May I
doing-
say something?
Yes, ma'am.
The officers are usually 4 years.
Oh.
And it goes from like next year until they will have it on the 50th. Or the 50th, so the next one will be on the 65th. The next one, it's every 5 years, so you have an office for 4 years. Reason why we've been doing it, because nobody's been wanting them. You can stay in it as long as you want to, but, and I can understand your position too, when somebody's not here, you might say, okay, I'll do it for 1 more year. Missy will say, okay, I'll do it for 1 more year, but we know Carla's gonna do it afterwards. But I just wanted everybody to know
That's
when you
good
get it.
point.
Thank you very much, but, we need to be straight about the way we conduct our business.
Yes.
But we also need to conduct our business in a way that our younger family knows what we do and why we do it, and so they can step up. Okay, so, Missy, then you agree to do it 1 more year, and then next year, hopefully, we would elect Carla, or Carla would assume that position. But we'll see what happens.
Carla, will you assume the role if I work with you?
What?
After that, we're not voting again.
We're gonna vote this year that Melissa will stay for 1 year, but then
Next
you will be for the 3, instead of 4, it'll be for the 3 years, because you're having a reunion next year, and it's difficult to do, really serious.
Two different.
Do you agree to do that, or do I have to stay in for 4 years and then you?
No, ma'am, you don't have to stay in for 4 years. Somebody will step up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Got it.
Treasurer, we don't have an assistant treasurer.
Shawnee does a great job.
May I say something? Shawnee's only been in there for
2 years.
Two years.
1 year as under me, and then this is her first year solo. So,
No,
you know.
well, last year technically, but
But say, okay, so
this is the first year in a place.
but she would run until
The
not
next
this one, her,
So she's in the next one.
Okay, so what Linda is saying is Shawnee is already locked into the next time.
yes, she's already locked
Exactly.
into.
Locked and loaded.
I like it though.
Work it out, girl, work it out.
Can I just, Shawnee, thank you so much for the, how you've gotten us up to date, like with
Yes.
Cash App and all
Yes.
that. So
What do you
just-
have to say?
And I really did a good job.
And she's a great mentor. Awesome, awesome,
It's so-
awesome.
it's so- For us, our generation, it was just so much easier to Cash App you
Yes.
our dues and everything. Cause our Linda used to be waiting at the table for you, like, nope, I need
And
this.
that was,
this.
no, but that, seriously, I'm glad that's another thing I told her too. And I told her when I got a new phone, I was gonna let her put everything on my phone. I got a new phone, so I'm gonna do Cash App and PayPal and all
So much, like that transition has been really.
Shawnee, I'm glad you got Cash App and all this stuff. I'm gonna write a check.
And I got your check.
Some things I'm not gonna do. Now, I do some, online banking, but some things I write a check because I want to know that I'm controlling this and not somebody else. I don't, this automatic stuff is fine, but I don't do all my banking like that. I have never used the ATM machine as long as they've been in existence. I have never used a debit card as long as they've been in existence. Cash or check or credit card. I don't do no debit cards and none of that kind of stuff. That's, that's to me. I just don't do that kind of banking. Okay. So I'm a dinosaur, we'll stay a dinosaur in that respect.
Do we want to?
Okay.
Do we want to order a second treasurer report or no?
Is there somebody that wants to work under Shawnee for the next 3 years and learn that job, so when her time is up, we would just have somebody that already is locked and loaded? We have somebody in the room that wants to do that?
I nominate Jada.
I'm
saying no.
Okay, so we don't have Rich try again next year.
You
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
want me to?
Shawnee,
It's easy job, girl. I don't
Shawnee,
know.
Shawnee.
Shawnee.
What happened?
Instead of after come somebody, would you still work with your Auntie Linda?
Oh, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere.
Oh, she ain't going nowhere.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay.
Question is, will she leave me?
What do you mean if I need you?
I said, will she leave me?
Green still work with
Will you
Shawnee.
still work with me? Well, then we good.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna give up and I had to get it back like I did.
The second vice president position is being held by Amanda Shepherd. Amanda, are you willing to stay in that position?
I can't have two positions, can I?
No, but,
I'll choose the chaplain position. What?
well,
Conflict of interest.
y'all talk about that while I run to the bathroom. You
Well, let me
Okay,
crack
I need a
that.
description, because honestly, sitting on a meet, like, her niece is the vice president. So, her niece don't need no help,
So it's not necessarily to help.
Help, it's just
them.
to,
It's when they're not able
there.
to be there,
You can step in.
you're there, and then if there's things that we are assigning to Carnice, like for example, last year she had surgery, so she wasn't able to participate in stuff last year. You were there to step in and fill that.
Okay, so if that's the case, so if there's like an officers, when we're on an officer's call and there's a vote, I don't gotta vote twice, do I?
No.
No.
Oh, alright, sure. Who's the vice? Yes, okay.
So Randy's staying in there.
So you're
staying in your position?
Yes. Y'all should've did the president.
Plus one.
Y'all should've did the vice president.
And she
Aunt Carnice, you gonna stay in your role?
Yeah, for a minute.
What's a minute?
What if,
Well, I just,
One more minute.
listen, let me just say this. Because of COVID, we've not had officer changes in a long time. I am of the opinion that we need new blood at the top, not just because the blood at the top don't work, but there's a time for the new people to start filtering through.
Yeah.
And if G, is gonna be there one more year, I think that I should be there one more year. And then change everything at the top, have open elections and be able to do it fresh. I thought that's maybe what we were gonna do this time, but, obviously that's not happening now, so I just think that even though we're supposed to have the elections every 5 years, and I thought that's what we were gonna do today, is to change the whole thing. But if we're not gonna change the whole thing, I will stay in place for continuity until we're ready to have the full election.
So let me get some clarification. G, when you said you were staying in place for 1 more year, did you mean 1 more term, and meaning another 4 years, or 1 more year, meaning we actually?
You talking to me?
Cause you opened this up with saying you planned on staying 1 more year.
At least, he said
At least 1 more year. I would hope that somebody would be willing to step up and run this organization. If not, then I will stay stay in place until somebody shows us that they're ready to take this position. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Yes, yes.
I told my cousin here and her husband that when I worked for the last 10 years on my job, I supervised up to 17 criminal investigators in 2 different states. They had guns and cars. They were as young as my youngest child and as old as I were. They were white, black, and Hispanic. It's harder working with the good women than it was with those 17 investigators. And I said that to them, and I make it very clear. You know, I have never had to be in a position where I had to be responsible for the actions and the conversations of this many women at one time. And to be involved with this many strong-willed women, women who love this family, it makes it real difficult for me to be who I really am. So God is working with me every day. And I want y'all to understand that. And that's why I say what I say. Y'all think y'all know me, y'all have not really seen me because there are 2 or 3 of me, okay? And I'm gonna say this, Father, I am very disappointed in the men in this family that who do not participate in these reunions. You know, our bloodline begins with men. This genealogy tells you this. You know, so I think that, you know, if you have a brother or a cousin that is a male bloodline, you need to tell him that. And I've already given Winnie an assignment. I plan to have a conversation with him, you know, but I would like to see more participation from the men. Not saying that the women do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate what the women's doing. I'm just being honest, and I'm being straightforward. I can only be one way, you know. But I enjoy working with them, and I don't enjoy working with them, but it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
They do an excellent job, but it's not something that I want to do forever. I'm be 75 years old in December, and you know, I know how to step down. I ain't got to be president. I ain't got to be king. I got to be nothing. You know, it's just like in my church. I was the chairman of the trustee board of my church. I stepped down because I served as an officer of the church for 30 years. You know, somebody else needs to serve as an officer. That's how I feel about this family. Okay, now Carnish, you wanted to say something?
No, I just, my thought is that we have to get to a point where we can anticipate what's gonna happen and when things are gonna happen. And when we talked about having elections this year, in the past when we've had elections, they've been done differently than what we're doing right now. And so I'm just trying to get clarification as to the reasons for the changes and the length of the changes, and that's because that's what I'm basing my decision upon, is what we're doing. So if we're not gonna have the elections every 5 years, or if you're gonna stay for 1 more year, that swings everything forward 1 more year. And so I just wanna be clear about why that's happening, or how many times this is gonna happen, or if we're not gonna stick to the 5-year plan, or just what's going on, because it's different.
Okay, you've heard Carnish's opinion or how she perceives things. And if the group feels that we need to have an election, then we can discount whatever we've done to this point, and we can have an election as we have said that we would normally do. Amanda?
And with what you're saying and keeping with the tradition and the continuity and, like Karen was just asking me when you said something, what did you say? The motions and all of that, so just, I agree with that, Carnice. That's all. I agree. If this is the year for elections, then we should do elections. And, every 5 years is elections. Now, if the person that's on here gets elected again, then so be it. But to stick with continuity and, structure,
Gotcha.
I think we should do elections.
Well, and, I guess then you can take me off. I don't plan to be in office until, this is 2022 to 2027.
Okay,
So I
so
will
then-
no longer run for office, as a president. And I'll make this clear, because I am not gonna be in office for the next 5 years, or 4
Okay.
years.
So I don't know, do you need blank pieces of paper, Missy?
No, so,
But what does that
so
mean
then
for
what-
the secretary?
we're
and all
getting
that?
ready to start over.
Secretary is fine,
Everything else was voted in election.
Oh, but Missy was gonna change next year too.
That's right.
No, so,
Missy's doing, Aunt Carla is the new secretary, but Missy's only doing it 1 more year because Aunt Carla is hosting the family reunion.
Exactly. Okay, gotcha.
Now, she was nominated, did anybody second, and nobody voted on anything though, so we might need to go back to vote.
alright, so,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
That's what she was saying from the beginning.
Alright, so having said that, now that we have that clarification, Linda, you had your hand up, was there something that you wanted to say?
No, he has said it, somebody.
Okay, alright, so, having said that, we have agreed that we really want to elect officers for the next, it's really the remaining 4 years, because it was supposed to be last year and we did not do it. So we are electing officers for the remaining 4 years until the next election cycle happens in 2020, at the 65th reunion, whichever year that is, I'm not quite sure, but we will do elections again at the 65th reunion. So for these next 4 years, do we have any nominees who will take on family president? Does anybody want to nominate somebody for family president?
Aunt Carnice,
Do we have a second?
president.
Amanda has nominated Carnice for president. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mandy.
Third.
Okay. Mandy, Karen, second, okay.
That wasn't here.
That was your mother.
Oh, okay.
So then it's that, okay, so now this is
gotta
just,
vote, we gotta.
so then there's a vote, so you gotta first it, second it, and then vote.
So now we have a vote, it has been motioned by Mandy to nominate Carnice. It has been seconded by Kathy to support Carnice as the family president. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say aye. All right, it's unanimous. Carnice is the family president. Okay. Now, nominations for vice president.
Was there,
Huh?
did we do that right? Cause was there other nominations? Did we do that right?
All right. So the vice president position was held by Carnice. Now that position is now vacant because Carnice is no longer in that role. Are there any nominations for vice president?
I make a motion for Darcel.
No.
She declined.
Darcel declined. I make the
question.
Uh-huh.
Do y'all have descriptions on what these people supposed to do?
I do.
I need that, please.
So the vice president acts in the place of the president if they are not there. What the president basically does is set the agenda forward for the family, what the family's goals and objectives are for that next 4 or 5 years.
And every now and then go and find out what the committees, what their people under them are doing.
And they they are
They
the
oversee
ultimate
everything,
overseer.
yes.
You have the final say on all of the committees that are working as well. Huh? Huh?
She nominates you.
I second.
I second. Aye.
There you go.
I was trying to nominate Mandy.
She already
She got two spots. Okay, wait, pause, time out, and maybe I'm just new to the whole election thing.
That's why I'm asking.
So I nominated Aunt Carnice, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe I missed it, did somebody say a different nomination?
No.
Was there given an opportunity?
No, that's why we voted.
No, but
We
we
already
did we
voted.
do the opportunity?
Yeah.
Oh, it's closed out, okay.
Oh, okay.
We already voted. We
They got
did
second
the
and third.
first, second, and then I asked if there's anybody else. I said, all those in favor, say aye.
Okay.
Et cetera, et cetera.
All right, I'm just getting it in my head,
So now we're down to.
All right, so now we're down to vice president.
And you've been nominated.
And people have first,
But
second,
I'm
and third.
secretary.
And-
No, you're not.
On
Carla
to
is.
next year.
Next year, you ain't got nothing to do between, vice president got nothing to do between now and next year.
Okay, all right, Melissa has been nominated for
Vice President.
vice president, starting
Now.
for next year. Is there anyone else that's interested in that position? Anyone else interested in that position? Anyone else in that position? The floor is calling for a vote. All those in
We didn't do
favor
that for the
of
president.
Melissa
That's what we're
being
saying.
Oh,
vice
just-
president.
oh,
No,
say-
I'm Okay, I'll
Unreadness,
find
who
out.
has unreadness? Who has the unreadness? Which Will, you said?
No, she was speaking on something.
No,
here.
she's fine.
Never mind, then. Okay.
Okay, all right, the floor is ready for a vote. Then, all those in favor of Melissa as the next vice president? Please vote.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, Melissa will be coming to family vice president.
Yay, congratulations.
I think that's all the offices, right?
Second vice president.
We have,
It's no longer Amanda, unless Amanda, you still want to remain as second vice president?
And
She
chair.
has
Okay.
a job other than.
All right.
But she's just backup maybe for Russell right now.
Shawnee's still treasurer.
Okay, do we want to get it back up for Shawnee?
So new one.
We already did that.
Already
Okay.
did
all right.
We only was dealing with the president and the vice president.
Maybe we need to get a backup for Russell instead of Amanda now.
Why?
Amanda
Is the back.
Amanda's already accepted to
Stepped in
be,
his spot.
rest is back up.
Right, already.
We don't need to change that.
Okay. All right, and so the secretary is really Carla, and I'm just working with her over the next year.
Correct.
Yes.
Y'all were real slick. Okay, all right, are there any other questions about the officers?
Okay,
I will have this sheet typed up so that everybody knows.
would you read
Would you
out
please
at what
read?
Oh,
position?
yes,
Would
okay.
you read out so it will be known who will be in what position?
All right, so, the family president that will serve beginning this year through the 65th year, and I'll just determine what that year is Carnice. The family vice president is Melissa. The second vice president is Amanda. The treasurer is Shawnee. The secretary is Carla. The second secretary, we believe, is Billy. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
If Billy says, no, I don't wanna do it anymore, do we have to have another election?
Then I was going to.
Because I thought, and I was younger, but I thought in order for you to be elected, you had to be present.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
I thought in order to get the
You
reunion
have to be present.
and to be run for office, you had to be present.
Yes.
So then if that's the case,
She's not.
would Billy and Rusty automatically be removed because they're not present?
I'm gonna be in office to be able to do all the
I know, but right
administration.
now, you tell me.
Just, and it's not even, I'm not,
Yes, they
just
should be.
moving forward, like
Right.
the structure of the whole thing, is
Yes.
that how it's supposed to be?
Yes, that
If
is how
you're
it's
not
supposed to
present
be.
when it's time
Right.
to vote,
Yes.
then you're
You're-
taken
You're
off the
exiting,
ballot?
Ex-nigga.
That's what was supposed to
Yeah.
happen.
And we don't have to call, she's no longer
Right.
anything.
Right.
it'll remain empty until we get together
So
again next year.
there's no one in the second vice.
Until you get together.
Until you get together at the
Make
next,
sure you-
at
Secretary.
unless somebody
Atlanta-
wants it now.
In Atlanta, they can have an election to fill that
To
position.
fill the empty position,
Yes,
but it
ma'am.
won't be, oh, okay, all right, that makes sense, all
Well,
right.
see, she has the opportunity, since she has the opportunity to say, no, I don't wanna do it anymore, but she can't say like,
Gotcha.
you nominated her or something, she couldn't.
Okay, all right.
Same thing with Rusty, if he says.
Right, if he says no, then whoever, you said
If you say no, that means you will be the chaplain for the next year, and then we'll be have,
But it's
our
nothing
next-
for
and then when we have our next reunion, we will ask
somebody
to
to.
run for the chaplain. But you will be
So
serving.
would it be,
No, that's what.
so would I just step into, so if Rusty says, no, I don't wanna do it, but I move into the chaplain, and then we
Yes.
gotta find a second chaplain?
No, you just serve as, you just
Okay.
serve as a position. So you will not
And
serve
you,
as-
and it's okay for you to be,
I'm okay with it, I'm just.
and it's okay for you to be second, second vice president and chairman, because you really.
I didn't do nothing to help our county.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, it's just creating.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay. Y'all want me to start back from the
Yes,
top?
ma'am, start back from the top.
Keep doing who will.
Okay,
Okay.
so I had second secretary is Philip, unless she declines to accept.
So it's vacant,
It would be,
Yeah, then it would be vacant.
it's vacant.
Then it would be vacant, but I would like, there's somebody who I would like to nominate for it.
Are
okay.
they here?
Yes,
Okay, then,
they
so,
might decline, but yeah,
okay, so then nominate.
I nominate Darcel for second secretary.
Second.
Do you mean second
I
secretary?
third it, I third it.
Assistant secretary.
Okay.
Yeah, girl.
You got the bomb discount, you need to take that, yeah.
Well, really is off,
Okay.
so she's not here to.
So you gotta make sure you at the reunions every 5 years at least, so you can vote.
I know, I mean, did they know that they were gonna have to vote this year?
Yes,
Yes.
it was the
Yeah.
vote, they
Yeah.
voted for the
Yeah.
last,
Every,
let me
they're in
explain, you
office.
should have
Office,
voted
yes.
on the 55th,
Yeah,
no, you didn't.
55.
It was made clear to y'all.
Exactly. Everybody knows.
It's just a 50-50.
So, are there any, oppositions to that? Are all in favor of Peaches, assistant secretary, say aye.
And,
Should be a good
Alright, so we have Sergeant at Arms is William Riddick, second Sergeant at Arms is Kadeem Chairs, President Emeritus is Ernest Goode. Russell Goode, again,
Ixnay.
his second chaplain is.
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay, so the chaplain is Amanda Thomas.
Amanda
Amanda
Shepherd.
Shepherd,
Girl, I got
my
married.
bad, I know you did, I was there.
I mean,
I was there.
You put a ring on
He
it.
put a ring on a couple of them.
And Daddy is gonna remain in his position,
That's
and
right.
Mommy is actually his backup as director of music. Although she
He's
says she don't wanna continue as his assistant, as his backup of director of music, but we're not giving her a choice.
just hope COVID's stay around here, you ain't got to worry about it, cause we can't say. Wait.
Come on, boy.
Are there any questions about the election?
That's my
Okay.
plum, come on, plum.
Now,
Yeah, this is-
we have come to the part of the program where it is time to announce the winners of the raffle. But before we do that, are there any questions about anything that we have gone over? I will follow up with Cheryl and with Shawnee to get the reports of the last year, because we were given reports for this, what we just finished, when we really needed the year to finish.
Oh,
And
So
before-
I'll get
and
that.
before we do,
Did you have a question?
Hold on.
y'all have a question back there?
I did, I was asking what position Cheryl had because her name wasn't on the paper.
Oh, those are
Your daughter.
committees, yes.
She's a committee chair.
That's what I was asking.
Okay, all right.
So committees are appointed, they are not elected, they're appointed by the officers.
And I want to take the opportunity to say that it has been fun, it has been enjoyable, it has been an experience, and I ain't going nowhere, I just ain't running nothing. And you can believe me as the president emeritus, I ain't gonna have a whole lot to say, cause I know what an emeritus means. You retire, I ain't there, but I'm gonna be retired, and if Carnice really feels that she needs my advice or input, she knows she can call me, but otherwise, you won't have to worry about G. I will be at the reunions enjoying myself.
Amen.
Thank you, thank you.
So I would like to say, like, when we did the transition report from Gwenny to G, we did, I did a binder that talked about what we did, and during that year, that was when the 50th happened, and we had established, you know, just some standards. They had gotten started with the standard family reunion book, and there were some things that we turned over. So we'll need to work together to kind of pull some highlights together from for a transition report as well. And one of the things that he did start, that he did great at was the bylaws. We had started the family bylaws, and we had gone down a list of what those things were. So the original bylaws, I've never seen the original bylaws. The only bylaws that I received were the ones that G helped us pull together. So, so there are some great things that were done under his administration, and we will pull together a report so that all of that is, you know, turned over properly.
Okay.
And with that being said, there is a handbook already that, we've been putting together. This is one copy that has been, found. And, Vanita started working on this before Keena's reunion. She wanted to have it done in time enough for Keena, but for the whole family, so that we should have a handbook for whoever is hosting the reunion. It kind of tells you what we expect as a good family, you know, how our what we expect, okay? Everybody knows there's 3 major things: the cookout, the dinner, and we going to church somewhere. You gotta have it in a hotel room, you know. We have done that. And there are other things that are suggested in here, how you should start a year in advance and different things, like a lot of good ideas. So, G has a copy of this. Diane has a copy of this. I have a copy of this. Vanita has a copy of this.
Can you please provide one to me?
I will provide a copy to you.
As the outgoing secretary, so, because I don't have a copy of that for the family.
Can I just, I have a question. Is that the handbook that you guys worked on for the entire family, handbook of how to have reunions?
For our good family.
There's a,
Okay,
you sent
so
me a copy of that and I sent it back.
I,
There's a lot of stuff in there that you guys.
last time I saw it,
Y'all published.
we were supposed to
Don't even.
look through and make corrections, changes, additions, suggestions and stuff.
So maybe we need another committee for that or something.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, before we finalize,
Okay.
before
Get finalized.
we actually distribute it, I'd like to just say that, you know, the officers.
Well, I'm gonna send Missy a copy, and then you
Okay.
can go over with Missy and decide what you wanna do, Madam President.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. G, is there anything else that you want to bring up?
You guys, I don't know how many of you were at the 50th reunion, but we have a couple of these, and I wanna give Missy credit for, these amazing, books, that were done.
Got one for
You got one, Daddy.
got one.
And these were done especially for the brothers and sisters, so, and there's a story, and I think Aunt Mary wrote a letter.
Every elder wrote a letter.
Every
and-
elder sent something in.
Well, y'all have
To be-
some wrong information on my father.
Oh,
That's what he
boy.
gave us,
Okay.
though.
I know.
So sorry, Marty, but the
Can you
information
get
in
with
there
me so I can
was given
correct
to us
it,
by
because
our
again,
group.
for the history, we want to make sure it's
So
correct.
it's your
You
prerogative.
know the
Yeah.
right
It's your,
information.
it's your prerogative.
All right.
That's why it's.
To share with us the information that you would like to share regarding Uncle
Right.
Lucas. Yeah, absolutely.
All
I'm
right.
just saying, I have a few of these, and I think that, what I've been talking about, with, Shondell,
is that some of these could be like put on our, something for, we're not, because it's a limited edition, and they're very, very special. So we'll be putting them, I don't know, for sale
Oh,
or.
trying to sell it, you mean?
Yeah, or something, because there's only a few left, and I mean, I don't know what we're gonna sell them for, whatever. But I just wanted to mention that, these are very special, we, could never do it again like this. So, that's all I have to say.
All right, we are at the point in this meeting that we've discussed all the business. Now we are ready for the family raffle. What, how are we gonna do this? Which one first?
Oh, you want me to do the silent auctions first? Okay, so we're gonna do the silent auctions first. Starting with number 1, the Lavender Fields. Shawnee, take notes, cause you gotta get that money. Okay.
I'm ready.
Number 1, the winner is Kathy Goode. Okay,
For how much?
$20.
Nobody wrote their name down on the earth.
No, not on number 1. I got it for each one. I know I'm doing that. I've done it before.
No, I'm talking about nobody else wrote it. You know,
Oh, yes,
decided
nobody
out,
else
you have to
wanted it.
write your name down and out.
Okay, for number 2, Sisters. Need to be a third one when we do it.
Right.
Right. Okay, the winner is Karen Shepherd, $25.
Here.
Missy, are you slow? She don't need to read, you been drinking?
No.
26.
That says $26.
What y'all are supposed to do is write your name under it again, that you wanna do.
What
it.
did she
I
say?
kept telling, I kept
And it's
telling
supposed
you.
to,
Well,
bid
it was
and
not clear,
increments of
because I did
$5,
the
I
same
guess.
thing
Which
for
I did.
Aaron.
They didn't give the rules.
I
So we
crossed
didn't
it
get that.
off
We
and
didn't
put
get
my
that.
different amounts.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
what,
Kathy
$1?
Good, okay.
All right.
Karen,
So again,
you're gonna teach you about
who won that
dollar
number
girl.
2?
Me,
Kathy Good with 26.
$26.
I should go,
Kathy Good.
I know I'm gonna put Kathy with Hill in a minute. I'm gonna-
Send one to y'all.
Okay. Number 3.
Oh.
All right, y'all did it again. All right, I'm putting her name down here like on the 3rd line.
Look at you, see, you know it.
For $26, Kathy Good.
What was the name of that picture?
I don't know, I call it Nightlight.
It is,
That, look, what is, something, there is a, to me, I thought of the Underground Railroad.
that's what it is. It's like Sojourner Truth plays out of the woods to the north, following the North Star.
This,
Your eyes of darkness.
number 4, this is a blanket that was made with lots of love by Aunt Diane, and the winner is me. $25.
Diane, that's nice.
Sharon, you did that?
Number 5. Dang. Y'all did it again.
Because it wasn't explained.
When everyone does something wrong, multiple times, that means the instructor did something wrong, not the student. That's what I tell my teacher. She's trying to fix what you're saying, but just leave
Next
it.
one more time. Is it okay if I beat his ass? I can whip his ass?
Head up.
All right. You ain't hollering, don't let nobody come out.
Number 5.
Number 5.
The winner of this beautiful blanket, was this also made by today?
I read that too.
Okay, green with orange and yellow. The winner is Kathy for $27.
Dog, Kathy. What you do, go behind everybody?
Yeah, she did. Yes, she did.
I have 3 daughters and I have blanket at each body's house. At each body's house. But you, yeah, you wanted to the last body.
She's a Cash App queen back there.
That's why I asked it. They take cash out, but y'all not know.
I knew what you had planned.
That's why, listen, I'm gonna carry her, cause she tricked me. You think somebody else did. I just say to her,
All right. Number 6, the blanket that's gray, blue, and yellow. I forgot who made this one.
Egg.
It's on egg stitching, man.
Goes to Karen for $30.
It's open.
Yeah, our egg, she loops hers, and I asked her to find them tight.
Now that,
I watch that.
And number 7,
Egg, she right
the
there.
purple and white
yeah,
that's a blanket, a throw that was donated by
Reggie's cousin,
Reggie's cousin,
Thaddeus Felton.
Thaddeus Felton. Thank you. I gotta write that down. The winner is Kathy Good for $43.
I didn't see the paper because I would have had.
So the total that she is donating, that she is cash apping to Shawnee is $142. Shawnee, check the math and let us know.
What was number 6, Karen's?
Yes,
Karen
30.
Karen for 30.
It's on the way right now.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you better get down with it.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, open up that purple one. Y'all, I want y'all to see what he did with this pro.
Oh, man makers?
Yeah. Dad.
Yeah.
So, we send this to the Good Family Cash App?
Yeah.
Good Family Stuff at 61.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to your house with the skeleton. I'm gonna go to your house and I'm gonna right at your house and I'm gonna steal it.
Okay, are we ready to go to the raffle now, Melissa?
Yes, I'm gonna turn to the rest.
To the raffles now.
It's 8:20.
It's 8:20, we got till 9.
8:23.
8:23.
So, okay, so all of the raffles are done. So here's the individuals. You can see them right there. Okay. All right, so next is the raffle. Everybody got your tickets? You must be present to win.
Okay, just so that you'll, first of all, thank you to everybody. I mean, everybody. We raised between Mary Kay orders, jewelry orders, and the jewelry raffle, and 50-50, $412.
Wow.
And the 50-50 raffle, we're gonna do that one last. We're gonna do the first one. Do we have a little person in here?
No, we all in the pool.
My class here? Yeah.
Pick mine, baby.
Pick me something, you know you love me because you.
Pick my favorite.
Okay.
You know Auntie played in the pool with you. Come on.
This is for the necklace.
Just take one.
Just one.
Just pick one, baby.
Just mine.
Pick one.
Thank you, baby.
Stand in
Okay, the number is 473 349. 473 349. Look at Shawnee.
473 is always the first number on all the tickets.
349?
I don't know. What is it? Is it?
Yeah, you know she bought
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
necklace.
473 She got her necklace.
She didn't want that necklace.
I did.
I was like, that's really
Yes. Won't he do it?
Uh-oh, Missy's gonna chase you in the parking lot.
I can't run. I got my son. Come here, baby. Put it in the box.
What's next?
So the next one, and is it a trash can over there, Shawnee?
No.
It's up here.
Shake it out, shake it out. Come on, baby.
Come on, no more time, man.
Shake it out.
Wait, you get a number so quick. You should get a number out. By the bag right there.
one.
Put in the low numbers, not when somebody just bought.
You got the
Hey,
big
baby.
You
This
got
is
different-
for the 50-50 raffle.
You got.
And for the 50-50 raffle, we raised $115, so it'll be $57.50 for the family and for the winner. And that number is 473-177. 473-177.
Mommy.
Oh, Kathy, good again.
Goodness. 177. Do you understand explicitly what I said?
She told me she bought 4 Williams arms. She was gonna make sure she.
Like she said that video, and my number is 6.
Awesome.
That's my number.
And then she'll give Hey, Kathy, I'm giving the money to Shawnee, and then she's going to give you your winnings.
Would you say,
Okay.
It is 115, and it's gonna be 57.50, that's half.
I cash back at you back?
Okay, while Shawnee is doing the figuring, anybody that is incurred, any officer incurred any expenses for this reunion, please get your invoices to Shawnee so that she can reimburse you. Any officer who had an expense during this reunion, please get your invoice to Kathy. If you were not an officer, but you were on the committee and you had a budget or you were told that you could spend money, give your invoice to Shawnee. All invoices need to be to Shawnee, and within the next 30 days. If you don't get it in within 30 days, don't submit it, it's a gift.
Shawnee, $115, 57.50 goes to Kathy.
You got the 4.
That's the 50-50.
Excuse me.
As far as let me explain something. I paid for the park. You know, we had a fee for the park. That, I just wanted to make sure that when they said it next year, when we put it on, they don't say, well, we didn't go to the park. We had to pay for it, but it rained out and the contract says they don't give money back for inclement weather, so I just wanna make that clear. And another thing, last night, I had bags in a bag that I was gonna send to the seniors. To Aunt Egg, to Aunt Evelyn, and was one out of Kearney's for Benita and myself. And now I only have 2 left.
So somebody took 2 bags, so whoever took 2 bags, they did not belong.
It was in a happy birthday bag. And it was a big bag, and I had the other, I have the four little, the family bags that I can send to them. But the actual bag with Daddy's picture and stuff on it, I only have 2.
Somebody took them out of the bag, and now we don't have one to send to Aunt Evelyn.
Well, I'm gonna send it to Aunt Evelyn and Aunt Egg. I got 2 left, but it's
You
just.
don't even have one for yourself.
No,
so you
more,
help do it.
and I know Benita wasn't here, but I really, I was just gonna kind of surprise her and kind
So
of
if
tell her.
somebody took 2 bags a bag wasn't given to you, please return them to Aunt Linda.
Or if you got more than one per person, please, we need 2 bags. We wanna be able to send them to our seniors. Please.
Well,
They're
I
all
got
gone.
2, so I can give you one of mine. I don't need 2.
Well, somebody can come up with one more, because we really would like to send.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
She can have one of mine, actually.
Now we got 3.
I see Benita every day.
Well, I tell you
have
what,
one, and he don't really need it, so I'll just.
give
you
us
wanna
one.
give Benita, okay, you're gonna give Benita yours?
I'm gonna give Benita's our nuts that I have.
Okay, and I have a family bag that I was gonna send to, you know what I'm saying?
The welcome bag.
The welcome bags, I have that too.
Okay,
So I'll give that one from, I'll give that to you so you can take it to Benita. Okay, well, okay. Thank you.
And then you're gonna get the one from Aunt Linda, and you're gonna get the one that was for Rashad.
From the
For the jewelry too?
So mine will keep your bag, and you're gonna get the second one from Amanda. The other bag.
Oh,
So you don't say.
Watch this. Kathy, go ahead. KG, she got your money.
Any other questions?
Y'all said, I didn't see it, it's over.
G,
Ma'am, no.
It's over.
It's over, baby.
G, do you have any closing words?
I ain't win either, Angela, so.
Okay, she asked me for closing
We got
remarks.
closing remarks.
I have enjoyed myself immensely.
Excuse me, y'all too, for a second, please.
I have enjoyed myself immensely. I am thrilled that Uncle James could be with us.
Me too.
Once again, I will say that it has been enjoyable working as the president of the Goode family. But you can believe me, I'm not the kind of person that needs to be in charge. So I'm looking forward to being president emeritus and sitting back and watch the new crew take over and take us to the next height. Thank you very much, and I love each and every one of you.
Okay, the next on the agenda is closing prayer and song.
I want to ask Uncle James to do the closing prayer. William, you a deacon, aren't you, in the church? No? Okay. Who? Daddy?
The days.
Uncle James, do you have something you want to say?
He said Merry Christmas.
You listen to the prayer, closing prayer?
Yes, sir. All stand, please. Everybody with Uncle James.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is able to stand.
He was trying to get up with.
Okay.
There you go. That's our girl.
One last thing, church starts promptly in the morning, so we need to be in the seats by 12:50 or 11:50, I think it is.
Garza. Garza. Garcelle.
We need to be seated at 12:45.
Thank you, Lord.
Lord,
Thank you.
Hallelujah, Jesus, hallelujah.
Just come outside and sit. No, we're scratching it because, yeah, they said it was too late.
okay.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
I'm gonna give this one to Shawnee.
Thank you, Lord.
Shawnee, give you that book. Karen's already inquiring, but I'm.
I wanna know, how do I get one?
When am I, oh,
It'll
cause you
go
wanna,
towards the fundraiser.
cause we're doing a fundraiser?
Yeah, it's gonna go towards whatever she gives you.
Hey, folks, get ready to
So what we
tweak up,
doing? What we say?
don't run out.
You said $5?
Dollars?
Hey, you will follow them on. You gonna have the nerve to talk to us and let everybody else.
What is that called?
See the man with the hat on?
Golden
See the man with
handbook?
the hat on right there? With that white hair around his mouth? When you get 10 years old, you're gonna be bigger than him, okay? And I want you to grab him like this and do like this, okay? And
So
wait
when
till
do I
you
get
10
it?
first, so you be bigger than him, okay? Okay? All right? All right.
When do I get it? Thanks. I sent it.
Okay.
All right, Ugly man, let's get one together.
Hey, better watch yourself. You already gave me permission now.
Karen,
Get ready here with us.
water? No. I'm throwing everything away, so if you leave it alone, it's going to trash it.
You don't got to figure if you don't get no bigger. Yeah.
These are, you know, I don't, this is the only one that I have.
You know what? Can't get down.
Yes, sir.
Bring it back. Yeah, that's how I brought it to her. That's how I brought it in.
Watch them out, watch them out.
Do you need these extras?
This is the second and third generation of the good.
Georgia, you can take her back, come on.
That's the second and third generation of the good. You remember that now. Second and third. But let me tell you one thing. You were saying on the road. So praise of the city, yo, praise the
As well. And I was saying
Okay.
Amanda. But let me say, they got to be on her.
Don't nobody know where those buckets are.
Now we gonna get off, girl.
Nobody can find them.
Well, I'm not an officer, but I would like to.